Hello guys and welcome. Today we have a special guest, MAND, and we recorded a whole discussion of the Mortal Kombat Onslaught. There is part 2 that is currently live on MAND's channel, so go watch that before you watch this video, because this is direct continuation of our discussion. I'm gonna link MAND's channel in the description. Go check out part 1, and let's move to the part 2. Okay, so I have a question for you. What do you think is the best character in the game right now, like, overall?
I mean, the best one is Shang Tsung, without a doubt. From my perspective, I literally divide the teams into two groups. Teams with Shang Tsung and teams without Shang Tsung. The teams without Shang Tsung I wreck. Absolutely. I don't think I've ever lost to a team without Shang Tsung, ever. And teams with Shang Tsung. Sometimes there are annoying teams with Scorpion, especially if the Scorpion is protected by a tank, because I cannot take him down pretty easy, and because I use this relic, which I described, that reduces the health of one of my supports. Guess what happens? Scorpion pulls my wounded support in the fight, and he gets killed, and from this point on I lose the fight. But Shang Tsung, I have Shang Tsung on one account. I just pulled him yesterday or 2 days ago, and from this point on, this account became my main account, even though I'm far behind now. But so only because I have Shang Tsung, I just want to develop this account and check it out. So in my opinion, Shang Tsung, if you're talking about the best melee damage, whatever, I believe the best one is Goro, in the sense that he's really, really good if you manage to pull the entire enemy team around him. He's really useful. So yeah, very, very good tank. Probably the best tank in the game. Not necessarily the strongest and the tankiest, but the tank with the most utility.
Yeah, I don't have Goro yet. I'm absolutely slaying with Kung Lao. I'm so happy I do, like, in some battles I do over 1 million damage with Kung Lao.
Like, these should be towers, right?
Yeah, I guess
Lost
like,
towers.
Like the 5-star one. Like, also the thing with towers, like, which stage are you farming right now?
What do you mean, which stage?
Like, which level of boss towers?
I believe 4.
On both?
Mm-hmm.
How the hell do you beat Goro on stage 4? He has insane amount of health and defense.
You just have to check what is his allegiance, like body, mind, or whatever, and just put 4 characters that are against it. You don't require a tank, you just get rid of the tank and just put 4 characters that are countering him with his allegiance. For instance, if he's body, then you have to put 4 minds or spirit or something like this, and you just wreck him.
How do you have so many characters to be able to like? I only maxed out 4 characters, my main 4 characters, and like 2 others are like half maxed out.
Well, there's not a big secret. You just buy coins, and that's it, and I'm great. Even though I haven't really done everything on my main account, but as I mentioned, I'm using emulator, and it's really easy just to clone the emulator, and then you can do bazillion accounts and whatever.
Yeah.
Because let's face it, once you beat story mode, then you usually play on your main account for like 5 minutes a day or something. Let's say 10 minutes a day tops, and there's nothing to do in the game. In the beta version, of course.
Yeah, I guess. I just do like arena towers sometimes. But I can get 3 stars in stage 4, definitely. I'm just farming like manually.
Okay. By the way, this leads me to the next question I want to ask you. What do you think about the fighting? You know, I have to be honest, I'm not really incredibly hyped about the beta version. I think that if the game comes like this, it won't be a success. There's a lot of things to be done. But my not like an issue, but my biggest disappointment is that this game feels like MK Mobile, because it's the same thing. You just get gear so that you can unlock brutalities, fatalities, whatever. You build teams. The only upgrade is that your team consists of 1 extra person. And again, you're fighting towers, and there is a PvP, which is exactly a copy-paste of Faction Wars. There is absolutely no difference. The only difference is that there is some kind of a defense, so that they can attack you, and then you can defend successfully, stuff like this. And with all that said, my biggest concern is that every single time when I play a PvP fight, the PvP fight gets decided after the first ultimate exchange. So everything after the first ultimate exchange, I already know who won.
So
fighting in general.
you compare it to MK Mobile. I want to compare it to Raid Shadow Legends. It's like, in my opinion, pretty much the copy of Raid Shadow Legends, except the main difference is that in Raid Shadow Legends, the fighting is turn-based. Here it's real-time based, which I would honestly prefer if they like committed 100% and made it turn-based, like in Raid Shadow Legends, because at least if it's turn-based, you can actually like decide which attack to use. Like, have you ever played Raid Shadow Legends?
Just for a couple of minutes, so let's say no.
Okay, so basically every character, they also have gear and stuff, and they have like certain amount of skills, and certain skills can like buff the entire team or debuff your enemies. You can choose which like enemy to attack. There is like special attack meter, so you can use only skills that you have enough like meter for. But basically making it turn-based allows you a lot of like in this game. I always play on auto. I never take it out on auto because like what can I do differently? I could maybe use a special attack on a different character, but I feel like the point of this game is to just build a team that will be good enough to like do well in auto mode. It's just the whole game is built for the auto mode, and that's kind of a little bit disappointing. So basically it's not about strategy, it's about getting the right characters and right gear.
Can you basically fight and win against a team that uses Samsung on auto mode?
Yeah,
Because
exactly.
my supports are done. They will never attack Shansung. They're going to attack the tanks. I'm going to lose the fight. So I always have to manually fight against other players with Shansung because I'm heavily focusing Shansung. Or let's say I'm in the beginning of the fight, I'm arranging my units in the same way so I can attack him before the ultimate exchange, so I can drop his health and make sure that I execute him, because once again, if I fail to execute him, I lose the fight.
Yeah, I don't bother. If I lose, I lose. I still get a few arena medals, so that's all that matters. Honestly, there's no like right now. There's no benefit to pushing like higher ranks. You get like 5 more gems. Like
there is.
What?
There is a huge one, but you've missed it.
Okay, what is it?
If you go to Arena now, if you're in the game and go to top players, you will see the top player is called Alpha Seth MI. I know this guy. So basically, the moment you get into gold, you start getting a lot more of this currency, which is called arena medals or whatever. Is it called arena medals? The top. I don't know how this currency is called. I have none of this at the moment. I just have 4. Every single time when you win, you get a certain amount of it, and then you can spend it for gold or specific stuff in the arena store. So once you are in his league, let's say once you're gold, you don't get, for instance, 7 or 5 or 6. You're getting 16 for every single fight.
Okay, how much do you get in silver? Because last season I was like so close to getting in silver, but I couldn't get there.
I believe I'm getting, on my main account, I believe I'm getting 10 per victory.
Okay, so it's 8 bronze, 10 silver, and 16 gold?
Yeah, something like this. He said 16 or 15, I didn't remember. But so the more you climb, the more you get of those. So if you are even above gold, you're going to get certain point 20. That's pretty cool. You need those for gold. Gold is so important. I bet you know. You need it to get. There is a relic that you can buy for 2,000 or 5,000 of those. So
yeah.
definitely, it's worth. If you're climbing, it's worth.
Yeah, but the thing is, if you can get to gold, but if the difference is you're gonna be like bronze 4 or bronze 1, it doesn't really make much difference. And also, if you are if you set a really good defensive team and you're trying not to lose at all, you're gonna be losing like your active matches, so you're gonna be getting less coins, unless you really refresh every 5 minutes trying to get absolutely teams you're 100% sure are gonna win against. But for me, it's at certain point I would set my defense team to be super weak, so I would because I knew I wasn't gonna be able to. I mean, now I got a really, really good drop a few days ago. I didn't make a video on it yet, so I'm not gonna spoil it here. And that drop allowed me to pretty much go all the way from bronze 3 to silver. I couldn't lose a single battle. I truly believe it's one of the best characters for Arena, and it wasn't Shang Tsung, unfortunately. But like, yeah, now I think I can push it to silver and definitely stay in silver. But I don't think I'm gonna be able to push to gold. Even though if you look at the first person, his team is not that strong. It has 2 healers, which is insane. Okay, I have a question for you. What are your thoughts about the story? Do you think that's what we get, or do you think every single cutscene is going to be like animated, like some of those fancy ones? Like, what do you think is going to be the final product?
I hope it's going to be better because I don't really like the story so far. I think at certain moments it's plain rushed and it's unnecessary. Just put there like a filler or something. So I hope that they're going to make a bit better. And like, I really didn't like it. And one thing that I hate, I don't know whether it's part of the story or not, but when there is guest characters and when you have beat the stage, they have to remove those guest characters so that you can make the 3 stars. Otherwise, it's pretty. For instance, if you go to Johnny's story mode, you will find out at certain points of the story mode, you have to do certain battles. Let's say it is required to do it with 2 range units. But guess what? You have to fight Fujin, Johnny, and 2 range units, which is impossible because my range units are pretty weak. Usually I would put my Kung Lao, for instance, to carry, but I can't because I don't have room for him.
Yeah.
So it's really annoying. I want this thing to be removed. I want, once you complete the stage, the story character to be gone. If I have to be completely honest, in my opinion, they just don't really care about this part of the game. In my opinion, it's going to be something like battle mode in MK Mobile. So it's going to be something just to have there, and basically that's it.
But
this is going to...
In their announcement, the story was the main feature of the game. It's like story-driven game. Like they literally said story is like the most important and distinctive like feature of this game. So I like after that announcement, they have to deliver on the story.
Probably they meant something different. I don't know what to say. Probably I might be wrong though, of course. But yeah, this is my feeling that they just don't really want to press on the story because they don't consider it that important. Like, it is just there so that they have something like a plot, but at the end of the day, they want to eventually focus on some other area, for instance, character development. It sounds weird, but when I say character development, I mean like equipment, skills, stuff like this. By the way, another thing that we didn't cover, skills.
Yeah.
What do you think about skills? Some of them are really OP if leveled up to specific level.
Yeah, I think that's what eating all of my arena tokens, because I just buy so many veteran scrolls because it's impossible to get them anywhere else.
Exactly. Yeah, you can get them from the Gong, I believe, from the Gong.
Yeah, but the amounts, like just to get from level 2 to level 3, you need like 1,000, I think. Which it's going to take you full months of collecting the Gong.
Hopefully there will be some kind of achievement that will unlock it and they're going to give you 10,000.
There has to be a whole game mode where you can farm them, because that's like an essential part. Because some abilities, yeah, at certain levels, like one level up makes them godly. Like for Kung Lao, moving from one bounce to 2 bounces, that's like you're getting like insane boost in your overall damage.
Yeah, and the thing is, with the current state of the game, you have to focus on one character, probably 2 tops, because you don't have enough scrolls. And I bought all veteran scrolls now. I don't have any more left, and I don't know what to do. Like, where do I get the others? Do this thing refresh in the arena store? There, it says that there's limits. There's just
they don't refresh every season.
Available. I don't know when the season refresh now.
Every week, I think. So basically, I don't know if you've noticed, but 5 and 4-star character have insane advantage over 3-star characters because they have 2 basic skills.
Exactly.
And like even if you upgrade your 3-star to 5-star, they're still gonna have a huge disadvantage, just 1 basic skill. And there's no, like, it's so weird. If you have character with 1 basic skill that has a high cooldown, they're gonna just stand there and do nothing for most of the fight.
Exactly.
Which is kind of dumb. There has to be at least some kind of a basic attack that they can do, like whenever there is no skills available.
The Scorpion doesn't have a lot of skills, but once again, he's in every single team because he pulls Shansung. That's it.
Yeah.
If Shansung was in the game, nobody would use Scorpion.
Thank you so much for watching. Hopefully it was insightful. or entertaining, or both. What are your thoughts about Mortal Kombat Onslaught so far? Which characters do you think are the best? Which relics are the best? What would you change in the game? And what are your general impressions so far? Thank you so much for watching. Subscribe for more content, and goodbye.